Should be live now.
We should be live now.
Okay.
Awesome.
What's up,
Great.
everybody? Welcome to the Station of Play Tech and Gaming Podcast. I'm Ken. That's Charlie. Charlie, how you doing?
Dude, I am doing good, man. I have my buddy Matt here. He came over to
Yes, I
visit
see
me
you
and
have a
stuff.
special guest.
I have a special guest. We'll break into why he's here later, but he did some cool stuff this past month. He did come to visit though, so I've been spending a lot of time fishing and not gaming. We did get a little bit of gaming in today, tiny bit on the Oculus. So we did some VR, which is something I haven't done in a long time.
Well, that can get us right into what we played this week. What'd you play in VR?
So I did a little bit of VR poker, mostly updating my system though, because I haven't turned it on in fucking 5 months. But Matt was playing on. He has a MetaQuest 3, which I got to test out.
Well, no, 3S.
3S.
There is
3S.
difference.
Yeah, 3S is there is a difference. 3S is less favorable than the 3, I guess. But based on my test of the 3S, I will say it is a cool system, but not worth an upgrade if you own a Quest 2, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. I know a little bit about the MetaQuest. I haven't really followed VR since I bought my PSVR because I can't do the over-the-head headsets anymore, you know? I need my glasses, but I know a little bit about it. I know the MetaQuest 3 has been received pretty well, and the S was like a cut-down version of it. That's about as much as I know. But
it's a difference in display, pretty much. The regular 3 has a superior display over the 3S. That's all I know of it. So.
Yeah, it's a display mainly.
Okay.
We're both not technical guys, so we're not too sure what's involved there. But
I'll have to look into that a little bit more on my end. But okay, cool. Did you play anything else this week?
Not much, dude. I've been doing a lot of fishing. That's it. So I haven't.
Fishing and not catching.
Yeah, fishing and not catching, dude. We've gone fishing, catfishing, and haven't caught shit. So it's been a fun week, a relaxing week, a week away from my screen, which is good every now and then, dude. Let me tell you, because my eyes actually feel healthier, which is
you need to do that.
Yeah,
every once in a while. I had to get the blue light filter for my glasses. I'd be looking at screens too much, but I feel you. Well, that's cool. I played some Borderlands this week. Nothing particularly crazy happened. In that game, you can get better versions of weapons by increasing the difficulty, and then each weapon has like a drop chance. So I've been just killing the same boss over and over and over and over and over, like 50 times, trying to get a specific gun with a specific what's the word I'm looking for? Like attunement for it. I actually have it up on my projector right now.
I was going to say your projector looks very nice up there, dude.
Is he anticipating the new Borderlands 4, I think?
He's playing Borderlands 3 right now. Are you getting the new Borderlands 4?
I'm 100% getting it. I'm very excited for it. But I'm playing Borderlands 3 right now. And I also played 3. Well, technically 3 is the last mainline entry, but I also played Tiny Tina's a little bit. I was going to talk about that, but Tiny Tina's actually came out after Borderlands 3. It's a DLC pretty much. It's really hard to explain. It's a separate game, but it plays very similar to Borderlands 3, but it has some like Dungeons and Dragons elements to it. And
you were telling me about this game.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it because I have too many new games I'm playing right now to invest in another new game. So.
Which is fair enough, but I've been really enjoying it. I've been playing through it with Alan. He's enjoying it as well. So I found it a little more difficult and the story to be better, but I think I still prefer the gameplay purely from Borderlands 3. So I've been going pretty hard on Borderlands 3. Another thing too, we didn't play WoW this week.
We did not, dude. And you know what? This is, I had another World of Warcraft stream last night of me hitting level 60, which is so weird. I don't know why I have dreams about me hitting level 10 in fucking Baldur's Gate and me hitting fucking level 60 in World of Warcraft. And I'm like, oh, dude, fuck. But, dude, I don't know, man. I need to get back into that game. That game is so WoW is so great, and I'm so disappointed in myself for not having that when I was younger growing up. But it's kind of that thing. I tried playing when I was a kid, but my laptop was such a piece of shit that it could not run World of Warcraft. So now that I'm getting into it, it's like it's nostalgic, but it's also like this. It's a new thing too at the same time. So it's super exciting. I'm just enjoying every step of the way on that game. Super fun, man. But yeah, no, very disappointed we didn't get to play this week.
No, for sure, dude. We need to get back into it this week.
Yeah,
I think we need a World of Warcraft day.
So we get our memories. Yeah, no, we need to dedicate a day to it for sure.
Like Tuesdays or Wednesdays or something, because every time
yeah,
we'll try to play
after
for an hour here and there, and we just don't get much done.
It's one of those games we need to figure out what we're gonna do before we start playing. Too.
That too.
Because
we spend half an hour in Orgrimmar at the start of every play session.
We spend a half an hour in Orgrimmar, and then we just randomly decide what we're gonna do, and it's something that gives us shit XP, and then we're like, what the fuck did we just spend 2 hours doing? It's one of those games where we could excel and travel, like move up and level very fast if we would just take the time to be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, or even if you have like time on like a weekend, and we're like, hey, let's level. Let's just fucking, spend some time and just do some fucking combat farming, or let's increase our wand damage so that we're good on raids, or like simple shit like that. We could definitely. It's one of those games where it takes planning, I think, and a little bit more strategy outside of the game to excel and speed through.
Yeah, I completely agree. Sorry, I'm just fucking with my lighting a little bit here, but I think definitely if we dedicate a day to it, we'll be a lot more efficient at how we spend our time.
Yeah.
We'll get back into it next week.
Yeah, and I have fun playing that game too, because I treat every game that I play like a story game, because I love, story-based, like, role-play games, So, like, when I'm playing World of Warcraft, I get into my orc voice, and I fucking, I joke around and I act like an orc and I do things that an orc would do. And when I'm playing Baldur's Gate, I act like a fucking barbarian. I'm like, let me barbarian my way through this shit, And I just love that aspect of the game. And I know that's not like the traditional way most people play. Most people play and they're like, there's technical gamers that are like, I've looked up every single thing about this game and I'm going to level as fast as I can and go through it and be this fucking cookie cutter fucking rogue, right?
Vocabulary for this week. That's called a meta gamer.
Yeah. When I play games, I like to go into games blind, and I like to really live out the experience. I like to immerse myself in, being an orc in Orgrimmar. I like to actually be the barbarian or the bard. I enjoy that aspect of the games. And
maybe once we hit level 60, you can make another character. They have role-playing servers, so maybe that would be something you would be interested in.
That'd be cool. I enjoy the PvP aspect though too, because like I don't like the idea of being able to go to a human continent and live. The PvP servers are cool because I feel like it really puts in that aspect of we're at war.
Yeah, and it's World of Warcraft. After all,
yeah, it's
as much as I hate going to Hillsbrad, it's part of the culture of the game, and that's one of the reasons why it became successful.
My whole time I'm playing, I'm like, yeah, fuck those elves, fuck them, they suck. I hate them so much. They're fucking pieces of shit. Human, disgusting. Dwarf, oh, you're short. It's easier to immerse yourself into that form of like role playing the game if you're in a PvP server. 100%, because you get even more pissed off when you get fucking killed.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely drives you to be better at the game. And go back when you're level 60 and killed all the level 30s.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Well, on that note, I actually I got a package today.
You got a package? Is it SpaghettiOs?
From Best Buy. Speaking of building computers, I'm doing a little upgrade here soon, and I got a couple of Best Buy gift cards for Valentine's Day and Christmas, and I used them. Yeah.
You have a Valentine's skin?
I know you don't, bro. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that guy that brings it up like that. I was playing.
I'm married. I have a permanent Valentine's. There's no
Got me some fans.
ARGB. Yeah, you got some pretty globy fans.
Yeah, I got 6 of them.
Nice.
3 more. They're daisy chainable.
Mouse and keyboard, yeah.
And I got myself a mat because I always be losing screws and shit when I'm taking it apart my computer.
Ooh. So. I have a mat. He's right here. Is that like one of those? Is that like one of those self-healing mats? So that if you're like cutting on it and shit, it just kind of.
No, it's mostly for holding screws. It has
Oh, okay. So it's garbage. Nice.
It's sectioned off, so you can like put these parts are the motherboard screws. These parts are
Nice. Oh, that's cool.
So there's that, and I mean, I think that with that being said, we can get into your boy Matt's computer if you want to get into that.
Yeah. So Matt, let me just give him a quick introduction. He has never played PC before, really. Right? He's never been a PC gamer.
Not hardcore. I played on my parents' like generic computer, like RuneScape and shit back in the day. But that was about it.
Oh boy, I could talk about RuneScape all day. I still play RuneScape.
Yeah, Ken is a RuneScape god.
Yeah, but, I haven't played since 2008 RuneScape.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
They I don't know if you know about it all, but they released old school RuneScape. It's based off the 2007 build.
I got friends that play it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's getting steadily more popular as time goes on. But carry on, your computer.
Yeah. So anyways, Matt, he decided for his first like personal PC, he was going to build it. So he did, and he used resources of friends and YouTube and put together a PC. So Matt, do you want to talk about your PC a little bit?
Yeah.
Headset.
All right, man. So what do you got? What'd you put in that thing?
All right. So, I mean, I was recommended to go through PC Parts Picker. So let me just read off
classic
my parts list here. So, all right. I gotta log in. Yeah, so very first PC build.
Mm-hmm.
See parts list.
And he did all this while he can't read too at the same time.
Yeah,
that's very impressive.
Really challenging. Yeah. So for CPU, I went for the Nvidia Ryzen 5 7600X.
Hey, that's the one I have.
That's the one you have.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. You sound very knowledgeable on computers and shit, so that makes me feel better about my purpose.
I was in IT for the Navy, and I have a bachelor's degree in computer science. The 7600X is not it's not the best CPU on the market or anything like that, but it'll do anything you need it to do, especially if you're gaming. So I love it.
Yeah, that's the way I looked at it when I was like looking for parts to build this, because I wasn't looking to spend like all my money and shit. Like I could buy better parts, but for what I'm trying to do, I don't game all the time. I work a full-time job. I do a lot of outdoor hobbies, but occasionally I like to hop on and play games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a 4K Ultra gamer, and it will do that. So you don't need a 9800 X3D. Like,
do you have a 4060 for the graphics card?
No, I do not.
Oh,
I got a 5080.
Yeah.
50. Oh, holy moly!
There's a story behind
that. Wait, I heard they were hard to come by, or people were like,
"Oh yeah, I'd use a bot."
You gotta watch the last episode.
No, you gotta watch every episode, half of them. Like that's all we freaking talk about is the 50 series.
It's a problem in the world right now.
I think.
But anyways, so you got a 4060. You're saying?
Yeah, I got a 4060 cooler. I went with the Thermalright Peerless Assassin, and that's an air cooler, and I think it's very well for it was like $35, and it's like a really nice
AIOs are. I say this as somebody who uses an AIO because I bought a $5,000 computer, so I want like a nice, fancy looking computer. You don't need one. Air coolers do exactly as good for a tenth of the price sometimes. The AIOs look cool. That's it at the end of the day. Or if you're in a very hot environment, they can help a little bit. But you don't. Air coolers are totally fine.
Jersey, so it's like,
and from what I understand, if a liquid cooler fails on you and leaks, it can pretty much wreck your PC, right?
It can if you spring a leak. Normally with AIOs, it's a very enclosed system. So if anything, the liquid will evaporate before it breaks, but it can break. That's always a possibility. And people use
but also you live like not in an environment where you have to worry about like ridiculous heat temperatures. It's not getting to like 120 degrees outside. You have air conditioning. Like it's not like like you could have your cooling system's gonna do enough. It's not like you need fucking some wild ass shit.
Normally where you get leaks is when people do custom loop PCs. They make the pipes themselves and they buy their own reservoir and stuff like that. And that type of DIY stuff tends to break on occasion.
Yeah, I'm not advanced enough to understand all that, but
I would never. It is such a pain in the ass. I'll just buy an AIO.
Yeah,
it does it for you.
And let's see. I mean, I was debating getting an AM4 motherboard for the sake of price point, but I decided to go AM5 because I figure if I decide like, hey, yeah, exactly. If I want to upgrade the graphics or CPU or whatever or anything else,
it's a smart choice.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong. Yeah, people out there wondering, there's nothing wrong with buying an AM4 build, but your future upgrade options are becoming rather limited. But it's one of the great things about AMD, at least on the CPU side of things, is they literally just made a couple more AM4 CPUs. I don't remember what they're called, but they started making AM4 in like 2018 or something, and they literally just came out with a few more. So unlike with Intel, who's every year and a half, 2 years, you have to buy an entirely new motherboard. With AM5, you're going to be upgrading that in probably 5 years, and it'll still be relevant. So that's really good. It's good time to buy AM5 right now.
Yeah, that's the way I looked at it. And I saw you had a Corsair cooling fan.
Yeah.
Like held it up. What do you know about their mouses or mice? Their mice and their keyboards. Yeah, their mouses. Yeah,
here's the problem.
I ended up going with I went with the Corsair. It was like the Harpoon mouse, and then I went with one of the keyboards. Both were like $50 and seemed like good bang for the buck at the time when I was at Micro Center. So I went with those.
So here's the problem with Corsair. All of their it's like buying an iPhone. All their stuff is proprietary. So it works, but now you got to get the lightning cable. You got to get the AirPods. You got to get MagSafe accessories, like things like that. So it's good at what it does, but you're paying a little bit of a premium, and all their stuff is proprietary. So like getting it actually literally doesn't work. So getting my fans the same color as everything else in my system, I had to download an entirely different software.
Oh, damn.
Because it doesn't work with Signal RGB, which is the thing that's supposed to work with literally everything. I straight up could not get it to work with my AIO. So now I have 2 pieces of software just to light my freaking fans in the front. So things like, but I mean, it's not a bad brand overall. Some people might disagree with that, but
none of my internal components for my computer build are Corsair. It's just literally the keyboard and the mouse. I think the motherboard I went with, it was an MSI, I'm pretty sure. So it's fairly easy to I got like these aftermarket RGB kind of shit, and I was able to like customize it easily through the MSI whatever it's called program computer. And
one thing I will recommend, you actually don't have to, and if it's working fine, you don't have to do anything, but Signal RGB works with almost any type of RGB. So if you ever get any parts that are like you're trying to get to work on the MSI thing, but you got like a different fan in it and it's not working with it. Signal RGB works with like 90% of components. So that's what I use personally. But anyways, what else you got in that thing? What RAM did you put in it?
Let's see. RAM. Let's see. That
Random access memory. I know that word.
Very good.
Very good, Charlie. Very good.
So hang on. That's the RAM. Is that the state drive or would that be the?
It'll say like you probably got 16 or 32 gigs
Oh,
of
yeah.
DDR5.
Yeah. Okay, so I got the Crucial Pro overclocking. It's the 32 gigabyte DDR5 6000.
6,000. Okay. Yeah, that's like the standard what you get with an AM5 motherboard. Everybody gets 32 gigs of 6,000 RAM. So that's really good, man. That's gonna be you're gonna enjoy that PC for quite a while.
Yeah, no, I'm already enjoying it so far. I mean, I've only kind of like scratched the surface of downloads and shit, but
Do you play on a monitor or a TV?
I play on a monitor. I got I was kind of I've spent like hours just kind of walking through Micro Center trying to debate because I'm a Samsung loyalist. I have like 2 TVs in my house that are Samsungs, and so I was naturally looking at Samsung monitors at Micro Center, but they the ones I wanted were either out of stock or like out of my price range, and I was eventually suggested a Asus, and it kind of met the specs. Oh yeah, well, Charlie's got an Asus.
By Asus.
Wow.
So
yeah.
I bought Asus
great monitors. Great monitors. Let me just put this out there. They are great.
Yeah. So I got an Asus. I think it's 34-inch curved monitor, and it has I think 180 hertz. And it easily runs 1440p, and
Asus I feel like they have the most affordable monitors for casual gamers. If you want a decent monitor, Asus has the most affordable price range for you.
Yeah, no, it definitely.
That's just my experience looking at monitors. So.
Definitely an argument to be made. At least anything that's worth using. 1440p, 180 hertz. You said that's really good, and with a 4060, that's about what you're looking at, gameplay wise. So you'll probably never max it out. And some people love curved monitors, some people hate them. I have a curved monitor. I love the thing, but I got a 32-inch OLED 4K 240 hertz. And I absolutely love that thing. If you ever upgrade your monitor, get an OLED. It's so beautiful. It changed my life, and I will never go back. But that's cool, man. That's a very solid build, and you're gonna enjoy it for quite a long time. So, props to you, man. A lot of people won't build their own computers. They'll just buy pre-builds, which nothing necessarily wrong with it, but. Yeah.
How would you rate his computer for like a casual gamer build?
So
like 1 out of 10.
Let me just
what could he have done a little bit better for a casual gamer? Is there anything that you think you would have changed?
So before that, let me just I think the price point is necessary for the specs of the build. The overall cost with the internal components case, whatnot, the PC itself was a little under 1,100, not including the monitor, the desk, whatever else. So incorporating all that, how would you rate the build?
What games do you play?
So far I've downloaded Hell Let Loose, a couple others. I have 2 VR games, Hard Bullet. I installed what's it called, Blade and Sorcery.
He's got the Quest 3.
Yeah, so 3S.
3S.
I'm not that rich.
Yeah.
But in terms of Age of Empires 2, I'm a big strategy game kind of fella, so I had to get that.
I've played Age of
Matt's got a
Empires
big
2
brain, dude.
a little bit. I'm not like a super big Age of Empires guy, but I have it and I've played it.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
I mean,
so
it's
far,
good.
not...
If there's, you can't get much better, especially right now. The only thing I tell people is if you're playing like Counter-Strike and League of Legends and Call of Duty, the thing I always tell people is to get an AMD GPU, but it doesn't sound like you do much of that. Why I buy Nvidia, number one, is I stream, and it has a video encoder that's way better than AMD's. I don't care what anybody says. And number two, AMD cards have more VRAM usually. So those are also good for streaming. But I'm one of those 4K ultra fuck you settings guys, and I like to max out my computer, and I play Cyberpunk with ultra ray tracing on. And if you're into like RPGs or anything like that and you care about ray tracing and things like that, then obviously get an Nvidia one, because AMD ray tracing is awful. And Nvidia also has DLSS, and their upscaler is hardware based, whereas AMD's is software based, and AMD is constantly trying to catch up to Nvidia in that aspect. So AMD cards are cheaper and have more VRAM, but Nvidia cards have better DLSS and ray tracing and just brute force power. So that's why I buy them.
DLSS in an earlier episode.
Yeah.
Do you know what DLSS is?
Look, from the beginning, this was all a new language for me, so I'm like slowly. What is DLSS?
So DLSS,
how can you get...
It's really simple concept. All it is it takes your game, right? You want to play it at 1440p, right? So what the game will do is it'll render it in 1080p, and then it'll upscale the image to make it look like it's in 1440p. So it actually looks like a 1440p image, but it's getting rendered in 1080p, so it doesn't take as much power to run. That's all that is.
It just soups up what's already existing in a sense.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But how would you rate this build, Ken? Do you think it's a solid build? Do you think there's anything he could have done better on this, or?
I think for what he's trying to do, it's totally fine, and I wouldn't.
Perfect, right? That's what I was thinking. Like he did a good job.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
You can always play, I found this graphics card cheaper at game, but at the end of the day, the 4060 is going to do exactly what you need it to do for what you're trying to play. So I don't really have any notes.
Yeah. All right. Good job, Matt. Give me my headset back, you piece of shit.
Appreciate your insight, dude.
Yeah, for sure, man. If you ever had any questions, like Charlie can hit me up, whatever. But
I know. I already told him. I was like, Ken's the IT in my friend base. So if you ever need anything IT based, hit me up, and I will ask Ken if he's free to help you. But
yeah, for sure. I always got a minute, even if I'm cranky.
Hell yeah.
I can't tell you how many times Charlie's called me and been like, I've been like just not in the fucking mood, but I'll still help him out anyways. Just
yeah. No, when I lived in San Diego, especially even car troubles, because Ken is the guy that also not only knows about computers, but is also kind of a car genius in a sense. Not because he knows everything, just because he's mechanically inclined. So, like, if I'm like, Ken, what the fuck's going on? He's like, well, fucking do this. And I'm like, okay. So, but, yeah.
I'm a case of beer guy, too. You don't have to pay me to do shit. Just buy me
beer.
No,
yeah, case of beer guy. Yeah, exactly. Come over. I'll buy beer. Come over and help me fix my fucking car. He's like, can I sleep on your couch? I'm like, yes, you can, Ken. But all right, what's our next topic, dude? What else we have going on right now? Because I know you were going to talk about the Apple versus fucking UK thing, which I looked into a little bit, and kind of blew my mind.
What about the death on Instagram?
The death on Instagram. We're going to talk about that too.
We're going to get into that too. That's more Charlie's thing, but we'll definitely get into it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I could start with our weekly GPUs are fucked talk. We're fucked. We're still fucked.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Please do. Please do. We'll keep it short because it's the same shit every fucking time.
No,
Because
that's the
guess
problem.
what?
It's always something
fucked.
new, just to add to the
Yeah.
list of fuckery. But we'll get into it. 5090s are missing ROPs. What are ROPs? They're raster operations pipelines. You don't know what that means? That's fine. Basically, a lot of things happen when a graphics card turns something into a picture on your screen, and that's at like the end of that pipeline. That's like the last thing it does before it pops up onto your screen. And higher number equals more better, right?
Yeah.
Problem is, 5090s are supposed to have a certain amount, 5070 Ti's as well, but we'll stick to the 5090s just as an example. They're supposed to have 176 ROPs, and they only have 168. What does that mean? That means the game FPS number go down much bad. And it's just happening to random cards, and it's always the same amount missing. And I could get into super technical reasons, but
from my point of view, hearing that 168 versus what'd you say, 176? 176. Me looking at that, I'm like, okay, that is like a point. That's not even a full 1% difference.
It is 4%. I forget.
Is it? No. Okay. Never mind. Maybe I'm stupid. It might be 4%. Okay. But that's like such a small difference. Does it really affect it that much?
Well, here's the thing. When you pay $3,000 for a graphics card and it's running 8% slower than you paid for, yeah, I might be a little pissed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And not only that.
Yeah.
I mean, it just came out though, right?
Ken's got fucking NASA in his house right now, so
I have a 5080. My story's a little different. 5090s functionally don't exist. Neither do the 5080s, but I got really lucky. But the 5090s, none of them exist, so people are buying them for upwards of $5,000 on eBay. But that's in a previous episode. I already got mad about that. Yeah.
Isn't the 50 series AI enhanced?
It has there's a specific part in the graphics card that's mostly used for AI workloads. I forget what it is off the top of my head because I don't really fucking care, because I just wanted a gaming graphics card, and they put all this AI shit in it, and they're selling them basically only to AI companies right now. That's a lot. That's a big reason. One of the big reasons why nobody can find them right now. Because you said you live by a micro center, right? Speaking of which, fuck you, that's super lucky. I don't live next to one. I would love to live next to a micro center. But anyways, what was I even saying? Oh, there's like a graph, and essentially there was like single digit numbers of 5090s going out to every micro center in the country. So they don't exist. So everybody's trying to buy these cards, and they just can't do it.
They can't get them. Yeah. No, we've been talking about that for the past month. Like, it's the 50 series in general has just been a problem. And you were talking about how people were told not to buy the 40 series because the 50 series was coming out, so people are still stuck with the 30 series graphic cards.
Yeah. So because all these reviewers are like, wait, everybody just wait. 40 series isn't that good. 50 series is coming out. And then 50 series comes out, they don't exist. We're like, fuck, panic, I need a 40 series then. And then everybody's selling their 40 series for twice as much because they stopped making those too, and it's just fucked. Everybody's fucked. Yeah. The only card you can find right now in the store, if you walk into Micro Center, I went to one recently, you got the 4060, goodbye, and then you got the AMD like 6700 and the 7700. Those are like the mid-tier cards from the last version of AMD. That's like essentially the 4060 version of an AMD card. So it's all fucked. But at the end of the day, it seems to be the same number missing on every card. I don't want to get too much into it, but essentially the card is separated into different groups. So the reason the numbers are the same is because they cut out one of those groups when they ship the cards. But that's super technical. Maybe I'll explain that to you some other day. The problem is, number one, you're stuck with this card that's 5% worse than what it should be. And number two, they're saying, oh, it's okay, just send it to the manufacturers and they'll give you a new one. Problem is, they don't have any more.
Yeah, they don't have anything to send you. It's like
so if you send your card back, great. Where's my $3,000 graphics card? Am I gonna get one this month? Maybe, probably not, to be honest. So
it's like the same
fuck it, I'll just keep it.
Like when the new Samsung comes out, and you're like, okay, cool, let me trade it in for this new one, and then they're like, we only have it in pink or like whatever color. And you're like, okay.
I'll just wait.
It's not shit.
True.
But
yeah. It also might lead to the delay of the 5070 while they try to figure this out, because the 5070 is supposed to come out soon. But I don't know. I guess we'll
you know
see.
what, dude? I'd rather see people be able to buy the last 3 graphic cards they came out with, instead of coming out with a new one that no one can buy, because it's the same. It's going to happen. It could be the same thing, especially with all the fucking the tariffs going on right now, and the fucking with China saying they're not going to like send precious metals to the U.S. and all these fucking issues happening, you know. Because I mean, this is not a political podcast, obviously, but China shit affects shit. Okay, there's a issue with materials, and it's going to continue to affect everything. So
we'll
fucked. See.
We're still fucked. And with that being said, the dust kind of settled on the 5070 Ti launch, and fucking shocker, they don't exist functionally.
Yeah.
The MSRP I showed you last week was $750 in quotations, and they're going for $1,300 on eBay. So that's fun.
Also, check out last week's video. I think you had that nice little chart up last week, right?
Yeah, I did.
You should fucking
about how
look at
that price is fake, essentially.
Yeah,
even the
yeah.
MSRP
No, if you
one.
guys want to learn more, look at last week's video, and you'll see all that cool info.
It's up on YouTube if you guys want to watch it. So yeah, TLDR, GPU talk for this week. We're still fucked. So that's cool. It makes me really sad. I'm so thankful I got my 5080.
This podcast is full of great news, man.
I have some not as horrible news. Speaking of DLSS, earlier they came out with a new version of DLSS. It's DLSS 4, and it's actually pretty good. So that's cool. When you turn on DLSS, say I'm playing a game at 4K, right? You have usually 3 settings. You have quality, balanced, and performance. If I'm in 4K and I put it on quality, it renders it at I think it still renders it at 4K, but it like helps it out a little bit. If you put it on balanced, it renders it at 1440p. If you put it on performance, it renders it at 1080p, right? So you have these 3 settings. Okay. Essentially,
it's like my Ally Rogue.
Kinda, yeah.
And Rogue Ally, yeah.
Essentially, the DLSS 4 performance mode looks as good as the DLSS 3 quality mode. So what this means is they've gotten really good at taking a 1080p image and making it look like it's in 4K, which is really good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, more bang for your buck.
Equal, more better. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. And cool. This technology is going to go back to old graphics cards, so it'll work on the 4000 series cards. It'll work on the 3000 series and the 2000 series. It won't work on the 1000 series, but that's genuinely a good thing, and it's good to see Nvidia actually doing stuff that actually helps people for once. But
yeah,
that's pretty much all I got for that. Back to the bad news.
Back to the bad news. Oh man.
So we got Apple versus the UK.
Oh right. God, yes. Please dive into this.
So essentially, and this really sucks because the UK has been putting out bangers the last couple of years against Apple. They did the Type-C thing. They are the reason why iPhones have Type-C cables on them now.
First of all, amazing because
banger
anything
idea.
To universalize Apple's technology really is a movement in the right direction.
Yeah,
because that is huge downfall for them. It's the only reason I won't buy an iPhone or an Apple product because it's so like fucking buy our version of this, you know?
Yeah, buy a charger, buy our fucking
buy our mouse, buy our keyboards, buy our bullshit, you know?
They actually got me to buy an iPhone 15 because I bought a 14 with a lightning cable, and then they're like, UK forces Apple to put Type-C cables on iPhones. I was like, I'm going to buy a new iPhone just so I can get a Type-C cable. And I fucking did because I hated carrying lightning cables around.
Though. This is
bad.
Yeah, this is not good.
Essentially, Apple has what's called ADP encryption for their iCloud services. And what the UK government did is they said, hey, we want a backdoor into the system in case the FBI needs to look for anything. And Apple has always been like, no. Yeah, whatever the this is America, we don't care. But anyways,
we don't give a fuck about them.
So, and here's where I really disagree with what Apple did. So essentially they're like, hey, we want this backdoor. Apple's like, well, we're not going to do that, but you know what? Fuck it. We'll just open up the front door. So now there is no ADP encryption for iCloud on any iPhone device that comes out of the UK. They're just fucked.
Yeah.
They have no encryption on their iCloud now.
Which in turn is going to affect every Apple device to come out, right?
That affects us because the encryption doesn't work. I read this. If I send something to somebody in Europe, it's not encrypted on their end now. Not that I do, but I'm sure some people do, and that's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If you have that one UK friend with an iPhone, maybe don't send them shit on iCloud now, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, we're still good. But
yeah,
what really bothered me, too, is Apple's always been like, oh, we really, really care about your privacy and encryption and all this shit. But I want to see them put their money where their mouth is, because...
They kind of threw it out the window here. They were like,
they just
fuck it. We'll
stomped their foot, said fine, and walked away.
Yeah.
If I was Apple, I would have been like, okay, we're not going to sell iPhones there anymore. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah. 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 And at the end of the day, UK would have to cave in. They'd have to be like, no, we can't deny our people access to the iPhone. I mean, literally, it is, as much as I hate Apple,
so many people
depend on it. It is the most user friendly devices they have out there, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Old people
100%.
love their Apple.
Hold that thought.
They love their iPhones.
We have actually have a special guest on my end.
Okay, we have a guest on your end.
Brad just showed up, and I think he has some computer parts he wants to show me. Brad, what do you got?
One question.
Brad's got a question.
This is the same.
Okay.
This is exactly the same.
It's a box.
It's a box. He got a
but they're not. So I want to know what the difference is. So I bought both of them.
Read what the fuck it is, because we don't know.
So Brad got
one of them has a bigger
an
antenna.
AXE.
He got Wi-Fi cards for his computer, but they're the same one, but not. So, I mean,
which one works underwater?
A nicer antenna, right? But then the heatsink's different. But it's exactly the same card, then, right? It's the same chip in there.
it should be the same card. I would just use this one. Yeah, could.
I mean,
why did Brad buy
like,
two?
it's crazy.
The antenna's attached on this one too. You can actually move this one around, which is a lot easier.
Tell
him get two of them.
Tell me only one.
They're
Yeah,
the same. Like they're exactly the same. They were the same price.
Exactly.
But
yes. Why'd you buy two?
This one has to be kind of better. It looks better, and then they show up, and this one's huge, and then this one's small. I mean, obviously this one has a movable base, but
he wanted two of the same one. It's the problem, but these are different.
Oh
no, I didn't want two of the same one. I just knew they were the same card, so I originally bought that one, then I saw this one, so then I bought this one too, and then whichever one I.
Is he planning on returning one?
Yeah, he's planning on returning one.
The next step.
All right, Brad's a piece of shit. Okay, all right.
Updated the BIOS. I've rolled the BIOS back. pushed the BIOS forward, updated all the drivers, rolled all the drivers back, and I still can't get a Wi-Fi connection on that board, and the 2.5 gigahertz connection on the back will not work for Ethernet. So I'm about
Does
done with
Brad
the
want
motherboard.
some real IT advice?
Fuck.
Let me tell Brad what's up.
So now
Brad,
my
go with the bigger box. Bigger
He's
box.
gonna go with the bigger box. Bigger box.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Boom. That's what I said. Bigger box. You win. Come to wear a belt.
It's a tech podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say hi if you want. Charlie's right there. You can see him.
What's up, Charlie?
His friend Matt.
I'll try to
Hi,
bring
Brad.
you some more tech tomorrow because I'm about done with this
Shut the
motherboard.
fuck up, Brad.
Chill, Charlie. I gotta.
I love you, Brad.
Oh, you got your fans? Nice. Yeah, Jess got one of those for my birthday. I'm about to tomorrow when I go get this new motherboard because I'm totally done.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an early day for me. I'm going to get that triple I was showing you.
Cool,
Oh,
man.
and when I updated my BIOS, my RGB just randomly started working, even though I didn't touch it at all. It's just like, what is going on?
I'll help you fix that one of these days. Well, that was
Cool.
fun time with Brad showing us some cool new stuff he
Fun
got.
time with Brad. Yeah. Bigger
so yeah, back
box.
to
always the
Apple.
answer.
Do you remember what you were talking about with the Apple thing?
I don't.
User-friendly.
We were talking. Yeah, user friendly. Yeah. Fucking, let me tell you, my great aunt Estelle, wonderful lady, she loves her iPhone, and she couldn't function without it because they just make it like so simple for old people to be able to use the FaceTime and just all the apps. Everything is just like so like laid out. Here's the table. Here's everything you need. Androids are a little bit more. All right, if you want some fancy shit here, you can put it on. You can download your own software. Blah blah blah. Apple's just like, fuck all that shit. We're gonna update your shit automatically every month.
Yeah, it's great for old people.
You know,
I always said that.
great for old people, and it's super. I don't know, it's super user friendly. Its problem is if you want to customize your shit, if you need to use your phone for more than just calling people and playing games, you're gonna need an Android. If you have like file management issues, it's not gonna work good on Apple. But no, it's such an important part in our society now that for user-friendly systems, just because everything's so advanced now, you know, we need like that user-friendly aspect. And Apple could have played a stronger hand against the UK, I feel like. But what am I? You know, I'm not a fucking tech genius. I'm not a fucking, you know.
Yeah, like I said, they could have just been like, fine, we won't sell our phones in the UK anymore, and they would have backed down immediately.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What's up? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I got a 3-person layout. If you ever want to hop on the podcast, yeah, dude, whenever you want.
Hell yeah. Brad's always got to be in here. Brad's great.
Oh yeah,
you got to
totally do this.
Yeah.
And then just you guys.
We'll get you all set up. Brad's gonna join us on the podcast one of these days. He's going to Japan soon, so he's gonna have all kinds of cool tech shit.
There'll be 2 ITs and me.
Oh, great.
2
ITs and 2 illiterates.
2 people who can't read, and 2 people that read too much.
Read books for fun, nerd.
Yeah. On that note, can we move to Instagram real quick?
Yeah, let's talk about Instagram.
All right, dude. Okay. So a malfunction in the vetting system has happened yesterday. Fucking wild. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have scrolled through, if you have scrolled through your reels, all of a sudden you started getting like hundreds of fight and murder videos and fucking shit that should not be on Instagram. This was a big fucking deal. A very big fucking deal. Ken, I don't know if you said you're not a big Instagram user, right? I love it. I use Instagram just to promote my Paranormal Cryptids podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I scroll through every now and then because I follow all these pages and shit. And dude, I saw some terrible videos, stuff I will not even mention on this podcast, which is fucked. But Meta because it's, you know, obviously it's all owned by Meta, Facebook, Instagram, fucking all this other shit. They released a statement saying they apologize. It was a system malfunction.
My bad.
That showed very disturbing videos in people's reels. I didn't know this shit was legal to even have on Instagram. Okay. I saw very disturbing videos, and this was another one of those awakening moments where you realize that your humor from the military is a little bit different than the rest of the world's. Where I saw a video of somebody getting stoned to death. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking wild. And my friends were like, why did you send me this? And I'm like, okay.
Because it's crazy. Not because I like it, but it's fucking, isn't it crazy, bro?
Wow, it's fucking wild, right? Yeah. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm like, me and Matt were catfishing late night. I'm scrolling through Instagram, dude, this is nuts. There's somebody dying. There's blah, blah, blah. All this shit.
So what's crazy is that they do have a vetting system that pretty much any video that comes through Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you know, there's someone on the other side that can, you know, check it out if it's, you know, reported or whatnot. And, you know, there's accounts of like these employees of Meta who, you know, recall like some of the most horrible shit they've ever seen in their lives being shown to them nonstop, because that's their job, is to like filter all this shit out and pretty much remove it from Meta. So I guess whatever happened kind of bypassed all that.
So let me tell you, it didn't bypass all that. Fucking Meta fired a lot of employees that did that shit, and they replaced it with AI. So it was a malfunction in their fucking AI system.
Yeah, that just goes to show how much their AI system does and not actual people.
Yeah. Yeah. So like real people would see somebody with his, you know, thing getting cut off and be like, okay, do not put this on Instagram. AI was all of a sudden a system malfunction, and it's that shit pushes through. And not only did it get pushed through, but it got sent to people's reels. So people that normally watch videos of dogs and frisbees were getting videos of people getting decapitated.
Yeah.
Which is not fucking good. Not fucking good.
Yeah, dude, because remember yesterday where I'm like, hey, dude, why am I seeing a lot of people dying on my... Bro, I didn't even realize I was in the news. I'm like, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, no, I had to actually Google it and look at all these third-party news websites to figure out why this was happening. And it turns out everybody was having this issue. Where they were getting like terrible murder videos popping up on their fucking Instagram reels, which is fucking wild, man. This is that's a real fucking issue. Because you have to think, like, they say you have to be like, you know, 16 or over to have like a Facebook and an Instagram account, but we all had Facebook and Instagram accounts when we were like fucking 10.
12.
Yeah. So we have a population of 12-year-olds that got the same internet experience that
people
we had
falling off of carnival rides.
Yeah, you know, like when me and you were growing up and internet was a little bit more unregulated and we could watch terrorist videos and shit. Now it's a little bit it was like a taste of that for a day, and it's kind of scary.
That was a wild time. Kids today couldn't handle it. I think they're not handling it.
No, they're not. They're not.
Someone just went a little crazy.
So
a lot of parents deleting Instagram accounts right now, I feel like.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are, and Meta had to release an apology. But also Instagram, Meta's stock bumped up 1.6% after that, which kind of shows you a little bit about society, which is kind of fucked. But
everybody over the age of 30 was like, "Damn, that's crazy."
So, you know? There's two things that could happen here. I think Instagram is either going to be like, holy shit, this worked, and become more like Reddit, or they're going to do the right thing, invest time and money into vetting their system better. But I don't know, man. Here's the other thing I was thinking about when this is happening. They have all these videos that are coming in constantly of people like of terrible things happening that their AI system is like vetting and saying don't post this.
Yeah.
Are they doing any legal action when they get these videos?
Fuck no.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe they should be. I don't know if
they won't want to do that because they're what's the way it's
I know it's like a privacy thing. At the end of the day, they don't want to be known as
They don't want to be liable
reporting.
for the videos that are on their platform, and if they start suing people,
Yeah.
it sets a precedent. So whenever
Yeah.
something does slip through, the government can be like, "Hey, what the fuck are you, YouTube? Why'd you let this video through?" But
Exactly.
essentially, they go and they're like, "We're just the platform. We're just here. We say, hey, put whatever you want
and
on here."
we've seen that before through like Facebook. I remember Facebook had a big thing with it. TikTok just went through something somewhat similar to that. Not quite as similar, but similar of whether or not they were responsible for the content and the abilities that TikTok had in people's personal information.
Legally, is
not even
at least right
dive
now
into.
they are not legally liable. So,
they are not.
It is what it is.
They're not. Yeah.
Well, that sucks. I
Yeah.
don't really have any further input on it, and I can't really put a technical spin on it. That was just really dumb, and I hope they fix it. They probably won't, because I assume the worst out of every American company.
They did fix it. They did fix it. Today, I did not see any fucked up shit on my Instagram.
So that's good. We're back to baseline.
So we're back to baseline. So they did put a stop to it pretty fast. I would have honestly. I think they should have shut down the app for the day, though.
Yeah. Maybe. Probably.
Because they had terrorist videos and really fucked up shit on their fucking app for a 24-hour period, and that's not okay. You know.
Yeah. That's in the UK. They would have shut it down immediately. That's one of the things with the American capitalist. Whatever. I love capitalism, but like in the UK, they would have shut it down immediately. They didn't shut it down here because their stock would have taken a hit. That is exactly what happened. Whether you agree with me,
they should have.
They
should have, because it was the right thing to do.
Yeah,
they
never will.
They had terrible shit popping up on their fucking platform.
Yeah.
And they probably traumatized a lot of fucking people, honestly. If we're going to think about it, like there's so many people that have not
lawsuit coming in. That's crazy.
And I'm sure they do. It almost it kind of not. I don't want to say excited to see what's gonna come out of this, but
at some point you just gotta be like, it's fucked. Now I'm just gonna watch and see what happens.
Yeah. No, I'm
Get
interested.
Some fire memes out of it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the future holds for Instagram or for Meta in general. For Meta, it's the whole company that's at fault.
Yeah,
so
100%. And there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, thanks.
On a lighter note, I got YouTube Premium Lite is a thing. So, do you use any type of like ad blocker on YouTube? Do you even watch YouTube that much? I haven't seen you watch YouTube that much.
I watch YouTube all the time. I watch YouTube for science videos. I love looking at like astronomy videos and cryptid videos because I am a cryptozoologist. If that is a thing, I am one. It's not a science. Don't mix it up with a science. It is a full bullshit fucking thing. But
so you got an ad blocker, or do you just watch it with the ads?
No, Della has a paid YouTube account. So
okay,
I mean, I prefer the old school YouTube that just never had ads, and you just watch it without.
Yeah, but then we were just watching Numa Numa song and Charlie the Unicorn all day.
Those were the good old days.
Yeah.
As much as I hate ads, if ads didn't exist, YouTube wouldn't exist. Unfortunately, that's just the world we live in.
Gamers being fucked. All right, there we go. Fix it.
Pretty much.
No, honestly,
I have YouTube Premium as well. So what Charlie was talking about, I get no ads, and a lot of people, the problem they had with YouTube Premium is it's not particularly cheap, and they throw in YouTube Music in with it, and people are like, "Well, just take out YouTube Music and make it cheaper," and they did. So there is YouTube Premium Lite now. It's YouTube Premium without music, and this was the deal breaker for me, it doesn't have background playback.
That's not good. Can't do it.
So I was like, "Oh, I'm out. Thanks, anyways."
Playback is very important. Yeah.
Yep. So that's cool honestly, for some people, though.
I'll be honest. I watch YouTube every day. Every day I'm on YouTube.
I listen to
Just
YouTube for
because
at least 6 hours a day. I don't
it's
I don't watch it
yeah.
nearly that much, but I listen to podcasts and, like you said, to like science videos and history
Yeah.
videos and stuff like that. So
Yeah, no, I play videos for my daughter on there because she likes the dancing fruit videos. There's like a live 24-hour dancing fruit thing that happens. I play that for hours throughout the day because
yeah,
it's good background noise for her. She
you're
loves it.
definitely
It's
getting your
fun
money's
music.
worth.
Yeah, I play the Muppet songs on YouTube with the Muppets dancing all the time. She loves the Muppets. You know, when I'm not playing the Muppets movie, like, you know, actually on the TV, I'll just go through a Muppets playlist on YouTube and she'll see the Muppets dancing and singing songs and she loves it. So I have Muppets and YouTube and all this shit running all day. So YouTube Premium's very much worth it for me. If you are the type of person that only turns their TV on for Netflix and Hulu and occasionally watches a YouTube video on your phone, no, 100%. Do not use YouTube Premium.
Mhm.
Not worth it. But if you're the type of person that, you know, explores the internet and has that shit playing on their TV throughout the day, yeah, buy it. You know, it's worth it. It does what you're paying for.
And you know, people get really mad about the YouTube going so hard on breaking ad blockers and things like that, and it's like, I get it, man. I hate ads too. God, I hate ads so much. I pay
Yeah.
so much money not to watch things with ads, but without
Yeah.
ads, there is no YouTube. You can want it
That's
to be 2005 as much as you want, but we're never going back to that. If they aren't making billions of dollars a year, the YouTube stops. So I'll pay YouTube
You
Premium.
know, it's true. These ads fund a lot, man. And it's 30 seconds from your fucking video. So fucking hold out. Like I run ads on my fucking Twitch for the Cryptic podcast. And they make it worth it almost sometimes. Just because like I'm like, oh, do I want to do all this research on the script this week? I'm like, okay, I'm getting paid $20 just on ad revenue to fucking do this. So I should fucking do it, you know? So it makes content viable because creators need to get paid like 100%. There's no way around that, dude. As much as I love
people should make content for free because it's the good thing that no, dude, people gotta make money.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a Mr. Beast video if he's not making, if somebody isn't paying him $100 million to make it. Like it doesn't exist.
And like I love cryptids. I research cryptids for fun on my own time. I do that. I enjoy it. Would I put all this time into running a Discord, a TikTok, an Instagram, a fucking YouTube channel, and a Twitch for shits and giggles, on top of all of my other hobbies of raising, you know, like fuck, I raise a child, I fucking work, I fucking, you know, I play music, all this shit on top of, you know, my daily life. At some point, it's like, okay, this is funding my research in a sense, you know? So it's the ads are important for creators, you know? It's a very important thing to have going.
It goes back to like, you know those videos where the dudes like give money to homeless people? They're like, well, they're only doing it to get views. I'm like, is that such a bad thing?
Yeah, but that homeless guy's still getting a fucking sandwich and $40 or $1,000 or whatever.
It's like if he wasn't getting paid to make this video, that homeless guy wouldn't be getting a Big Mac right now. So you know what? If that's what it takes for people to be nice to each other, then fuck it.
Go ahead, dude. Honestly, I'm 100% with you on that. It's like Mr. Beast, dude. He is a, you know, people get mad at him. He's like, oh, he's doing it for the clout. He's doing it for the clout. I'm like, this man has bought people houses. He's fucking bought people Lamborghinis. He's fucking random people. Let me rephrase it. He hasn't just bought people Lamborghinis. He's bought the guy in the parking space next to him a Lamborghini. And that guy probably sells that Lamborghini so he can buy a fucking house. You know?
He gave, what was it, 1,000 people their eyesight back? You see that one?
Yeah.
He fixed a bunch of blind people.
It's insane. And the fact that it's like, oh, well, he's just doing it so he can make money. Good. Fucking, I don't give a fuck.
Pay him more.
People bitching.
Pay him more. He'll do more shit. That's great.
He bought a pizza delivery man with 6 kids a house. Good.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Do not care. Do not care how much money he's making.
And on the same notion, like, what are other billionaires doing with that money?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, what charity does Elon Musk have right now? Like, that's what I'd like to know. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's fucking, you got Jeff Bezos having his employees piss in bottles because they can't stop working.
Yeah.
So God forbid Mr. Beast gets paid to fix 1,000 people's eyesights and build 100 wells in Africa. What an asshole.
Yeah. What a piece of shit. I don't care, dude. Fucking, and also, you know, shout out to him real quick. Fucking, he started his channel, right? And yeah, he came from a little bit of money, but he made a fuck ton of money and immediately invested all of that money into giving back to the community without knowing if that was going to benefit him.
Yeah. He
Which
goes
is fucking
all out
pretty
on every
fucking
single
cool.
video.
No, 100%. That man really gives a shit about society. It is kind of fucked up now with like the Hunger Games style fucking Squid Games fucking shit he's doing. It's kind of like, looks like you don't get anything. You know, it's like, it's kind of like putting poor people, it's like bum fights almost in a sense. But I get the premise. And honestly, I'll never hate on Mr. Beast just because he's done so much to show compassion. When he could be way richer than he is, which he's pretty fucking rich. But he could
have made one banger video and just cashed out with the 100 million, but he reinvested into every video.
Yeah, he could be a fucking billionaire right now if he actually fucking, you know, if he was more of a scumbag. You know, he's not doing those $4,000 fucking give somebody at Walmart $4,000 and I'll make fucking 15 grand videos. No, he's like, I'll make 15 grand. All right, let me give 15 grand away. You know, immediately reinvest every fucking dollar he made into fucking funding more fucking people, you know? And he pays his employees good, which is very rare for fucking these, you know, billionaires or fucking millionaire like YouTube stars. He actually pays his fucking crew a decent wage. You can I forget which site. There was a YouTuber that actually posted. I forget where he got I don't know how 100% the information is, but he posted a video showing all the wages of like Mr. Beast's fucking crew for a long time, and it was like, you know, like all in like the 6-figure fucking zone for like his fucking editors and fucking camera crew and everything like that.